Alright, High Plains Prospectors here. Kind of an interesting story. We had a customer of ours, a client of ours, a lady prospector named Jeannie that got this material right here, which started as hard rock material. She actually has crushed it down to this point. There are some really interesting specimens in it. You can see the purple. There's a lot of copper in here as well, a lot of silver. But apparently there is some gold. We're just going to take this material down and classify it. We have our classifiers here. Got an 1/8 inch, and then I think what is like a 40 mesh maybe. We're going to keep all this material. We'll end up breaking all this up eventually. But for now we're just classifying it out, getting it ready to pan. Alright, so we're going to take this heavy stuff. We're actually going to wash this and take a look at it and show you some of the material here in a second. So we're going to put this large stuff aside here. And we'll actually pan this stuff all separately. This is, I think, 1/8. So we'll keep it together, pan it. It's always good to run your materials of similar sizes. So we know that we got 1/8 or less here. And I think we got a 40 mesh below it that we're putting into this bucket that we'll probably pan out or maybe run through the spiral wheel a little bit later. We have these camel classifiers that you can actually, I think, take it down all the way to a 60 mesh. So we might run it through those here in a little bit. Okay, so our end result is we have all this material that won't go through a 40 mesh. We're going to keep it over here. We'll run through that by itself a little bit later. And then we have a bunch of 40 mesh material here that if we want, we can go and classify it all the way down a little further. So we may do a little test panning and see if we can find any gold in this and go from there. Okay, so we have our pan here. We're just going to do a small amount just because our curiosity got the best of us and we really want to see if there's anything in this material that we have here. So we're going to take a couple scoops, pan it down real fast. Got our material here, a little bit of jet dry in it.
It's okay, it's a good piece right there.
I'm not seeing a lot of gold. There's maybe some tiny flower pieces there. Well, I say we run the rest of it through something that could get through it a little quicker. Alright, we got the mountain goat trommel set up. We have this material that is from, I think, Idaho Hills or Idaho Mountains area. One of our clients brought to us. She crushed down. I think the crushed stuff's in the back of my pickup. We've classified it down into, I think, an 1/8 inch and then down to a 40 mesh. And we're going to run it through the trommel in 2 separate sets. And we were going to give her a little video and show her if we find something. Hopefully we do. Get it running. We're not using the spiral wheel today because there's so little material. You know, we'd probably have a 1/5 of a bucket or so. And so we're going to run it in. There's a little catch tray that you can put on instead of the transfer case to the spiral wheel. And then we'll take that concentrated material, which should be the heavies, and pan it out, see if we find anything. Stay tuned. Okay, so we got the mountain goat trommel running, hooked up to our deep cycle marine battery. Our tailings will come out in here. We'll probably go through those once just to see if there's anything in there. Start running some material. Just run it slower. She did a really good job crushing this. I think she said she did it with a sledgehammer.
Like pieces of silver popping in there, or at least whatever that is.
Definitely getting some heavy stuff already. We're just going to kind of take our time, let it wash out real good each time. We're putting our last couple scoops in here. Kind of doing this slow. that was all the fine stuff. We'll let it wash for a little bit. We'll probably take it out and pan it, and then we'll run this through separately. Alright, so this is what it got it down to. Just a tablespoon of material, and there's a bunch of shiny stuff in there.
I don't know.
And I don't know if that might be silver, dude. I don't think that
It was heavy.
yeah.
A little flake of gold.
Yeah, there's a little flake of gold. Tiny flake. Yeah, so I think that maybe there's another one right there.
Mm-hmm. Two pieces.
That's a decent sized one right there. So there's a little bit of gold in here.
Another
it looks
piece.
to be like a, yeah. There's some in there. I mean, you'd have to go through a lot of it to get anything recoverable, but that was like a fifth of a bucket maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, down to a tablespoon of concentrates, and you got, and that took what, maybe a total running time of maybe 10 minutes through the mountain goat. So if you were to recover that rate all day long, you'd have a little bit of gold. Alright, I wanted to get a shot of this gold. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it too well if the camera focuses, but that is a really coarse flake of gold. There's a couple more up here. That's definitely gold. Fair amount of gold in there. You can see right trapped up in the lip of the, or the crevice of the pan there.